Hello everyone, myself Professor Shahna Sengupta. Presently, I am associated with Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science, Kolkata, as an assistant professor in the Department of Microbiology. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in my YouTube channel, and I also would like to convey my heartiest thanks to all my viewers and subscribers. In my YouTube channel, I generally share different types of academic video lectures related to the field of biological science. Today, I'll be discussing about the second part of immune response, where I will be elaborating about the different categories of immune responses and the related discussions. So let's start the journey with the new topic. Happy listening. In my previous video lecture, I have spoken about different categories of immune response, where we have seen two basic categories of immune response are there, like antibody mediated immune response or AMI and cell mediated immune response or CMI. Now onwards, we will be discussing in detail about this AMI and CMI. Let's start with AMI first. AMI is also known as humoral immunity or antibody mediated immune response. It is the host defense mechanism that are mediated by antibody present in plasma, lymph and tissue fluids. It is the type of adaptive immune system responsible for defense against extracellular microorganisms, microbial toxins, as well as foreign macromolecules. The cells involved in AMI are B lymphocyte, T helper cells, and phagocytic cells. Let's discuss about the mechanism of antibody-mediated immune responses. The effector response of antibody-mediated immune response completes in three basic steps. Firstly, activation and proliferation of B cells to produce antibody. Secondly, class switching of antibody. And thirdly, antibody-mediated removal of antigen. Let's begin with step 1, that means activation and proliferation of B cells. When the B cell development and maturation completes in bone marrow, they are exported to the peripheral lymphoid tissues. When the mature B cell in periphery is first exposed to antigen, they are activated by extensive cross-linkage of antigen to the Ig receptor on B cells. The cross-linking of antigen with Ig generates signal 1, which leads to the internalization of antigen-antibody complex by endocytosis and increase expression of class 2 MHC molecule with antigenic peptides and co-stimulatory receptor, that is B7. Then the antigen presented with MHC class 2 on B cell membrane is recognized by TCR of T helper cell. This interaction plus co-stimulatory signal generated by B7 CD25 interaction activates the T helper cells. The activated T helper cell then begins to express CD40. The interaction of CD40 provides signal 2. The signal 2, along with co-stimulatory signal that is provided by B7 and CD28 interaction, stimulates the B cell to begin expression of receptor for various cytokines. The binding of cytokines releases by T helper cells to cytokines receptor in B cells sends signals that supports the progression of B cell to DNA synthesis and for the differentiation of B cell antibody producing plasma cell as well as to the memory cell. The step 2 is the class switching of antibody. In response to CD40 engagement and cytokines, some of the progeny of activated IgM and IgD expressing B cell undergo the process of heavy chain isotope switching. It leads to the production of antibodies with heavy chain of different classes. Isotype switching occurs in peripheral lymphoid tissues. CD4 signaling and cytokinin produced by T helper cell play essential role in regulatory switching to particular heavy chain isotopes formation. The step 3 process is the antibody mediated removal of antigen, which consists of a number of effector mechanisms. It needs the participation of various cellular and humoral components of immune system involving phagocytes and complements. The basic mechanisms involved in the process are neutralization, antibody-mediated opsonization and phagocytosis, antibody-dependent cell-mediated cytotoxicity or ADCC, and complement system activation. Neutralizations of microbes and microbial toxins is the first step for removal of antigen, where the neutralization of microbial toxins took place. Neutralization is the process by which antibodies against microbes and microbial toxins blocks the binding of these microbes and toxins to cellular receptor, thus inhibiting the infections. Antibody-dependent cell-mediated toxicity includes NK cells and other leukocytes to bind to antibody-coated cells by the receptor and destroy these cells. This process is termed as antibody-dependent cell-mediated cytotoxicity or ADCC. Antibody-mediated opsonization and phagocytosis includes mononuclear phagocytic cells and neutrophils, which express a variety of surface receptors which directly bind microbes and ingest them and cause intracellular killing and degradation. The process of coating particles for phagocytosis is called as opsonization. Antibodies and complements protein that perform their functions are called as opsonins. Activation of complement system includes the activation of a system of lytic enzymes found in blood. These lytic enzymes are usually inactive. They are activated only under particular conditions to generate products that mediate various effector functions of the complement. Activation of complement involves the sequential proteolysis of protein to generate newly assembled enzyme complex with proteolytic activity. After the AMI or humoral immune response, now I would like to discuss about the CMI or cell-mediated immune response. CMI or cell-mediated immune response is the host defense that are mediated by antigen-specific T cells and various non-specific cells of the immune system. It protects against intracellular bacteria, virus, and is also responsible for graft rejection. Both the antigen-specific and non-specific cells can contribute to CMI. Antigen-specific cells include CD8 cytotoxic T lymphocytes and cytokine-secreting T helper cells that mediate delayed hypersensitivity. The non-specific cells that includes NK cells and non-lymphoid cells type such as macrophages, neutrophils and eosinophils are also involved in mounting CMI. The activities of both specific and non-specific cytotoxic components of immunity depends on effective local concentration of various cytokines. Let's focus on the categories of cell-mediated immune response or CMI. Cell-mediated immune responses can be divided into two major categories according to the different effector populations that are mobilized in this process. Number 1, antigen-specific CMI, and number 2, non-specific CMI. The antigen-specific CMI or cell-mediated immune response includes the cytotoxic T lymphocytes or CTLs as effector cell populations. It is basically consisting of two major steps. Number 1, activation of T cells or generation of effective CTLs, and number 2, lysis of target cell in antigen-mediated cell immunity. T cell after activation will differentiate into functional CTL with cytotoxic activity. The activated T cell that differentiated into CTL requires at least 3 sequential signals. An antigen-specific signal transmitted by TCR complex upon recognition of a peptide class 1 MHC molecule complex on an APC. The process of cell lysis begin when TCR-CD3 complex on CTL recognizes antigen associated with class 1 MHC on the target cell. After this antigen-specific recognition, the integenin receptor L FAI on the CTL binds to the ISCAM on the target cell, resulting in the formation of the conjugate. AG-mediated CTL activation converts this LFAI from low affinity state to high affinity state. The second category is non-specific CMI response, which includes NK cells, macrophages, neutrophils, and eosinophil. These cells can use antibody as receptor to recognize and for killing the target cells. NK cells appear to kill tumor cells and virus-infected cells by processes similar to those employed by CTLS. The cytoplasm of NK cell has many granules containing perforin and granzymes, unlike CTL, which must be activated before granules appear. NK cells constitutively cytotoxic and always have granules. After an NK cells adheres to target cells, degranulation occurs with release of perforin and granzymes at the junction of interacting cells. Perforin and granzymes play same role in NK-mediated killing of target cells by apoptosis as they do in CTL-mediated killing process. I would like to conclude my lectures after discussing about ADCC. ADCC or antibody-dependent cell-mediated cytotoxicity or antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity is a type of immune reaction in which a target cell or microbe is coated with antibodies and killed by certain types of white blood cells or leukocytes. The white blood cells bind to the antibodies and release substances that kill the target cells or microbes. The white blood cells or leukocytes contain granules and they express Fc receptors. Mononuclear leukocytes, that means NK cells, macrophages, and polymorphonuclear leukocytes, that means neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, all can mediate ADCC. ADCC occurs by a three-way interactions between an infected target cell that displays antigen on its surface, ADCC antibodies, and an effector cell expressing the Fc receptor. Thanks a lot for your patience. Please do subscribe my channel. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos in different fields of biosciences. Thanks a lot for your patience. Please do subscribe my channel. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos in different fields of biosciences.